I'm a New Yorker. I live and work in New York City. Every day I ride the subway at least to and from work, often more than that. I'd like to introduce you to something that personally drives me crazy. That thing is the emergency exit doors blaring alarm. In what feels like most of the city's subway system, these alarms go off incessantly. Although these doors are clearly labeled emergency exit, they are used nearly every time a subway lets off a load of passengers. An average New Yorker who rides the subway 2 times a day could hear this blaring alarm 4 times each day, 28 times a week, 1,460 times a year. If each exposure to the alarm is approximately 10 seconds, that amounts to 14,600 seconds a year. That's 4 hours a year of hearing this. And yet, no one seems to question it. I would like to question it. It's labeled emergency exit. Really? Is that what it's there for? The MTA says they were installed to satisfy safety codes, but I have never seen it used in an emergency situation, and I've seen it used thousands of times. It seems that in its best use, it's there for people with luggage or baby strollers who can't fit through the turnstiles. But the alarms are going off all the time, and no one turns their head. I see police standing 30 feet from the door and not turn their head. Why should they? It's like the boy who cried wolf. Nobody paid any attention after a while. What if there were a real emergency? And I understand they've turned off some alarms in areas that do have attendants. But what about all the others? I'd like to raise the point that if one measures the sound the public is exposed to next to the doors, it is in fact at a level that is probably damaging your hearing. Think about all those babies who are escorted through the emergency doors when they're extra vulnerable to hearing damage. So the question remains, is the MTA aware that the alarms are not serving their purpose? That the doors function mainly as service doors? And that the alarms may in fact be doing damage to the public they serve? Here's my suggestion. Either stop people from using the emergency exits and setting off the alarms when there isn't an emergency, or just turn off the alarms altogether. I don't care how. Just please turn off the pointless, polluting, damaging noise.